My license to carry. My license to carry on my chest.
Is this fake? You know, a lot of people like to act like they're cops.
Welcome back to Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross. I know I've been out for a few days, guys. Been feeling under the weather, but I'm back and ready to jump back in. Today, we have a good one, guys. We're dealing with a case of racial profiling, pretextual stops, and a police officer who pulled over just the wrong guy, an undercover FBI agent. This stop, which took place in Florida, showcases the dangers of law enforcement relying on implicit biases rather than some objective policing. We'll analyze the body cam footage, break down the applicable laws, and discuss the implications of pretextual stops in racial profiling. Let's jump right in, guys.
Open the window for me all the way, please. Put the phone down. Put the phone down. Can you do me a favor? Open all the windows.
What?
Open all the windows.
Why do you want to open all the windows?
I need you to open all the windows for me right now. Anybody else in this vehicle?
Oh, there's nobody else in the vehicle. But you can let me know.
Okay.
I'm recording.
All right. You know why I'm pulling you over right now?
No, why?
Okay, I'm pulling you over because I saw you. I was driving behind you. I don't know if you noticed. You were swerving. You didn't indicate your turn signal. Okay, you can record all you want. I mean, I don't know what you're doing there. What you're looking up. You're looking up. You little weirdo.
Listen, I'm going right now, making sure.
Do me a favor. Open up all the windows. Blah blah. Let's go.
I'll open up all the windows for you.
Sir.
But
Why are you making this difficult?
So tell me again why
You want me to make your life difficult?
So
Because I love making people's lives difficult.
Really?
There you go. I just did that. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Okay. So, now, license, registration, proof of insurance. Can you get off your phone?
Listen,
Your little TikTok thing?
Listen, can you tell me why you put me on?
I just did. Are you deaf?
Matter of fact, can you call your supervisor?
Are you deaf?
Can you call your supervisor?
Oh, there's no supervisor.
There's no supervisor?
No, there is no supervisor. I'm the most senior officer on the road right now.
Oh, listen.
So,
I'll tell you what
I would be said supervisor.
I'm going to let you listen to my music.
Okay, so that's how we're going to play. All right, step out of the vehicle for me. Step out of the vehicle for me.
Listen.
Okay, put the phone down.
Listen.
Hold on. Actually, you know what? Do you have any weapons on you? Do you have anything you're not supposed to have on you in the car?
Listen.
Do you have anything you're not supposed to have on you in the car? You're gonna make this difficult.
Can I step out the vehicle?
Can you just
listen?
Answer the question first?
I'll step out the
Keep
vehicle
your hands
for you.
on the wheel.
I'll step out the
Listen
vehicle
to me.
for you.
Follow my directions, and this can go very easy.
Listen, sir.
Listen,
Do you
sir.
want me to get out the car or you don't?
I want you to follow my directions like you just did, like a good boy.
I'm
All right?
I'll follow your directions.
Okay.
Now, did you want me to
Do you
get out the car
have
or
any
you don't?
weapons or anything you shouldn't have in a vehicle or on your person at this moment?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Do you have a firearm on you? Do you have a license to carry a firearm if you do?
Are we in Florida? Even if I
Sir,
did have a license on me, you
answer
don't
my
even
question.
need
What is this back
to have
and
what
forth?
you're talking
Okay,
about.
get out of the vehicle. Okay.
All right, listen.
Hands over here.
I got a gun
Hands over
right
here.
here on my side.
Okay, put your hands up then.
I got a gun on my side.
Okay.
Can you do me a favor?
226, I'm gonna have it totally mailed.
Listen,
No,
look
listen,
at my
you
shirt.
Rush
Listen,
that back up.
while you searching me,
Spread your feet out.
while you searching
feet
me,
out.
sir,
Put your feet out.
while you searching me,
Where's the
could
gun?
you please,
Where's the gun?
On my
Where's the
right,
gun?
right hand.
Okay.
On my right hand.
For my safety and your safety, we're gonna do this today, okay?
Hey, but make sure when you do that, while you're searching me,
You got big muscles, huh?
my gun is right on my chest.
Oh, wow. Oh, on your chest, huh? So we're lying today. Are you a gangbanger? Is that what you're doing here? You're selling drugs?
It's me?
Oh,
No.
okay.
Okay,
Don't
I'm
move.
sitting in the parking lot.
Don't move. You have a license to carry this?
We're in Florida, right?
But, do you have a shot?
I sure enough do.
Okay.
You know what?
It's called the, hey buddy,
It's around my neck.
it's called the concealed carry permit.
Listen, my license is around my neck.
Oh.
I carry it around my neck.
Okay. Well, first let's see what else you got. See, you're lying a bit. Hey, didn't I spread your feet apart? Spread your feet apart, huh? Fucking scared. Oh, shit.
This is what we're doing?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Listen, can you make sure you get my
What is this?
can you make sure you get my license to carry? My license to carry on my chest.
Is this fake? You know, a lot of people like to act like they're cops.
Federal agent.
Oh, right. Where's the ID? Let's check the ID. Do me a favor.
Federal agent.
Okay.
So now my badge don't even make a
Lean
difference.
against the car. Lean against the car. Lean against the car. So you're a cop. So why wouldn't you tell me?
It seemed like you fraudulently pulled me over.
You been drinking today?
Drinking, sir. We don't drink.
I smell alcohol emanating from the vehicle.
Actually, we're doing an investigation on.
Okay.
And just what? You just happened to pass.
216. Status of that back up.
You just happened to pass.
Okay.
So when your sergeant gets here and he realizes what's going on right now.
What's going on is that I stopped.
And
I stopped.
The badge don't make
Why
a
are you
difference.
yelling? Where's the? Okay. So I found your ID.
Because here I have a cop who's doing some things that's wrong. Tell me why, as a police officer. Tell me why another police officer in handcuffs.
You didn't identify
Over a
yourself.
swerve?
You didn't identify yourself as a police officer. You were swerving. You didn't indicate your turn signal.
Once again, sir, you didn't call your sergeant here neither.
There's no sergeant.
The things that we supposed to do here, right?
Okay. All right. Let me get these off of you, buddy. I don't know why you're being like this. I don't know why you're being like this.
I don't know
what
y'all got going on here.
What y'all got going on?
I'll tell you what.
You know, you
We as agents, we're gonna figure it out. You know, we don't like city cops. You know that, right?
Okay, we don't like
The
federal cops either.
Agents don't like city cops.
We're alphabet
we don't
cops.
consider ourselves cops.
What are you, a pencil pusher? Come on.
Listen,
you could have just. I pulled you over. You could have just identified yourself as police officer, and this would have been done. I would have said. Of course there was.
When I showed you my badge and you grabbed my badge, you still didn't believe it was real.
Because people impersonate officers all the time.
Okay.
Do they not?
When I see a sergeant, I'll make sure. When I see your sergeant, we'll make sure.
Well, we don't have to go that far, okay?
No, we won't. We'll go farther than that.
Oh, okay.
We'll make sure we talk to them. We'll make sure we do a lot of things on this. And I'm pretty sure you probably have other offenses against you. But you have a nice day, and I continue on having mine.
Listen.
I appreciate you, sir.
Listen.
Sir, I appreciate you.
You have a good day.
Thank you much.
Captain. You can cancel that back up.
Okay, so notice that the officer stops the driver, citing swerving and failure to signal as a reason for his stop. The officer immediately displayed a suspicious and dismissive tone, raising questions about the whole intent of the stop. The agent works with him. He complies fully, but it's all met with hostility and accusation. The officer appears to be the person who escalated the situation, disregarding the ID when the driver identifies himself as an FBI agent. Then you have that moment of realization when he realizes that he actually is detaining a federal agent. His whole demeanor changes. And you all wonder, what's going to happen next? Is this type of stop the reason why the FBI agent was even there? He was working on something. I didn't blur his face out. That was done by the previous uploader, but I'm pretty sure it's because if he's working undercover, you don't want his identity to get out of who he is. Let's get to the law breakdown. All right, first you have failure to maintain a single lane. This is found under the Florida statutes, section 316.089. This statute requires drivers to stay within their lane unless it's safe to change lanes. Violating this statute is a non-criminal traffic infraction. However, in this case, the stop may have been a pretext. Next, let's talk about pretextual stops and what that actually means, okay? There's a United States Supreme Court case about this, and this is from 1996. It's the Whren versus United States. In this case, the Supreme Court ruled that any traffic offense, no matter how minor, provides legal basis for a stop, even if the officer's true intent is to investigate something else. Now think about what happened here. He asked them, are you a gang member? Are you selling drugs? That's why he wanted to stop this vehicle, okay? Also, from that same case, the United States Supreme Court case, while it's legally permissible, and that is to do pretextual stops, this ruling has led to concerns about racial profiling, as officers may selectively enforce traffic laws based on implicit biases. So every time you see a black person drive a car, you stop it. That's what they're trying to say, basically. Okay, or some other. It could be any group of people, but basically, when you see something and it falls in that category, you stop the person automatically. Number 3, racial profiling and equal protection. All right. The Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment prohibits law enforcement from using race as a determining factor in stops, searches, or arrests. And that's the Equal Protection Clause. That simply means that everyone is guaranteed equal protections under the law. If an officer's intent is proven to be racially motivated, it could form a basis for a federal civil rights lawsuit under 42 U.S.C. Section 1983 for violating constitutional protections. Lastly, let's talk about the Florida firearms law, concealed carry permits. In Florida, the law allows for concealed carry with a valid permit. The officer's line of questioning regarding the agent's firearm was aggressive and dismissive, despite the legal possession of a weapon. All right, concealed carry doesn't apply to police officers, okay? They're trained to use weapons in their line of work. If he's going to carry that weapon as a part of his duty, he's been trained on it, he's going to be allowed to carry that weapon almost everywhere, as long as he has his badge on it and as long as he's on duty. All right, let's move into the evidentiary standards. All right, when talking about the evidentiary standards, remember there's 6 that we always go over. All right, we start at the bottom and work our way up. The lowest is mere suspicion. And this is based on a vague hunch or unverified instinct, okay? Here we had the officer who had potentially a hunch, but no legal justification beyond the minor traffic infraction or traffic violation. Next, you have reasonable suspicion. This is a step above mere suspicion and requires specific and articulable facts that a crime may be occurring. The alleged swerving could give the officer reasonable suspicion for a stop, but his immediate hostility and escalating behavior suggest he had an ulterior motive. Number 3, probable cause. This is the standard requiring facts or evidence that would lead a reasonable person to believe a crime has been committed. There was no probable cause for an arrest. The agent presented valid identification. Next, you have preponderance of the evidence. This is the standard used in civil cases, and it requires that the claim be more likely true than not, 51%. If this were to be challenged in a civil lawsuit, the FBI agent could argue that racial bias influenced the stop based on the officer's conduct. Next, you have clear and convincing evidence. This is a higher standard than preponderance of the evidence, and it requires a high probability that the claim is true. 75% of the evidence needs to point to a claim being true. Here, the officer's dismissive behavior toward the agent's ID and the condescending remarks could be used to show bias. Finally, you have beyond a reasonable doubt. This is the highest standard of proof in our United States legal system. It requires that no reasonable person could doubt the defendant's guilt. In a criminal case against the officer, proving racial profiling would require substantial evidence, including patterns of behavior and prior complaints. Now keep in mind that there is no criminal action for racial profiling though, okay? So if we were to flip that and say, in order to find this officer who was stopped on that traffic offense, you need to show beyond a reasonable doubt that he actually committed a traffic offense. Next, let's move into the jury perspective. If this case were brought as a 1983 lawsuit for civil rights violation, a jury would need to consider the following things. Was the stop based on genuine traffic concerns, or was it based on racial profiling? 2, did the officer escalate the situation without cause? 3, did the officer's disbelief of the FBI badge indicate a bias against the driver based on race? And number 4, was the agent treated differently than a non-black driver would have been in the same situation? What do you think? Leave your comments below. This case is a textbook example of how pretextual stops can go wrong, especially when racial bias is involved. The officer's demeanor, language, and disbelief of legitimate credentials all point to implicit bias at play. While Whren v. United States permits pretextual stop, it does not grant officers the right to use race as a determining factor in their decision making. This incident serves as a reminder that law enforcement must be held accountable for their actions. What do you think? Should pretextual stops be more heavily regulated to prevent racial profiling? Let's discuss this in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, this is Advocacy Alchemy, and I am Professor Whren. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day, and I'm working on a good one for our next lecture. See you tomorrow.